most of us were born healthy and without serious medical complications. However, not everyone is so lucky. There are people in the world born with some serious physical conditions, but that doesn't mean they're disheartened by life. Quite the contrary, actually. They have the biggest smiles and the most loving hearts. Today, we'll take a look at the most unusual dwarves in the world. Want to learn about India's incredible dwarf family? Then be sure to stay until the end of the video and check out our #1 pick. Manpreet Singh.
At just 23 inches tall, 21-year-old Manpreet Singh is one of the smallest people in the world.
21-year-old Manpreet Singh is just 23 inches tall and weighs only 15 pounds. So basically the same height and weight as a 6-month-old baby. As such, he's one of the smallest people in the world. Manpreet has swollen palms, feet, and a big face with saggy skin. He primarily communicates through gestures and can laugh, scream, and cry. At the age of 12, Manpreet has been worshipped as the reincarnation of a Hindu god by the local villagers. People visit him every day to be blessed and approach him in public. Doctors believe that the boy is suffering from Laron syndrome, a genetic condition that affects only 300 people in the world. People living with Laron syndrome lack a hormone called insulin-like growth factor 1, or IGF-1, which stimulates the cell to grow and divide to form new cells. Nick Smith.
Like a real-life Peter Pan, Nick Smith will never grow up.
20-year-old Nick Smith from Jefferson, Georgia, has an extremely rare condition called osteodysplastic primordial dwarfism type 2, MOPD2. He's one of only a few hundred people worldwide born with this genetic condition, and most don't make it past their 20s. Measuring less than 3 feet in height and weighing less than 30 pounds, Nick Smith is the same size as a healthy 3-year-old. Not only is he physically small, but he also has a number of health conditions, such as kidney and cholesterol problems. On top of that, Nick has learning difficulties, which means he'll forever see the world as a child. When Nick was 18 years old, he had a life-saving surgery on 3 aneurysms, bulges in his vessels feeding blood to his brain. Now the problem is back. Nick needs surgery to remove another aneurysm that could burst and take his life at any moment. Scientists are racing to understand the gene mutation that causes primordial dwarfism and how it works to help prolong the life of Nick and others with the condition. Ping Ping. He Ping from China measured 2 feet 5 inches tall and was at one point the shortest mobile man in the world, according to Guinness World Records. He suffered from the bone deformity called osteogenesis imperfecta, which hinders normal bone growth and body height. In this video, you can see He Ping standing next to the Sultan Kosan, the tallest man in the world. The meeting between the two was arranged by the Guinness Book of World Records. Unfortunately, He Ping died on the 13th of March in 2010 of heart complications at the age of 21. Hannah Critchek.
People do still think I'm like 5. Even little kids think I'm like 5.
24-year-old Hannah Critchek from Hugo, Minnesota, is just 39 inches tall and wears children's size 4 shoes. You might have already guessed she has primordial dwarfism, a condition that also causes a variety of health problems, as well including the constant threat of brain aneurysms. Hannah also faces a shortened life expectancy, as almost all people affected by this disease don't make it past their 20s. And that is exactly why Hannah lives every day like it's her last. Determined to make the most of her time left, Hannah has done all she can to enjoy life. In fact, this brave young girl is on a mission to become a star with her enormous talents. Hannah's passion is performing, and she attends dance classes with other students her age. Even though her body is the size of a young child, she has no trouble keeping up. She can sing, dance, and act. Hannah was even featured on the TLC special Tiny at 20 in 2016. Kennedy Jordan.
She has definitely proved all those doctors wrong. She has defied all odds.
17-year-old Kennedy Jordan Bromley from Ontario, Canada, stands at just 39.5 inches tall, weighs 23.5 pounds, and wears an infant-size 6 shoes. She was born with the condition, yeah, you guessed it, primordial dwarfism. When Kennedy was born, she weighed just 2.5 pounds and measured 11 inches from head to toe. She was so tiny that nurses in the hospital nicknamed her Thumbelina. While at the hospital, doctors told her mother that Kennedy was too small to survive. But Kennedy proved the doctors wrong. She has defied all odds, managed to overcome so many obstacles, and has grown into an energetic, enthusiastic teenager. She goes to school, plays hockey, swims, and hangs out with her friends.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for y'all that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
The world's smallest mom. Christiane Ray from Seattle is 2 feet 9 inches tall and is the world's smallest mom. Christiane has a rare condition called skeletal dysplasia, which means her bones have not grown to adult size. On top of that, Christiane also has one leg 2 inches shorter than the other, making walking extremely hard. That's why her husband, Jeremy, has to carry her everywhere. As you can see in this video, Jeremy has even come up with his own way of moving his family around the shop. However, it's not long before they start getting unwanted attention, as people can't help but stare at them. Just imagine people giving you weird stares wherever you go. Charlotte Garside.
We've been told that Charlotte looks like a porcelain doll. She looks just like a baby in a pram. People still call her Baby Charlotte.
At just 2 feet tall and less than 9 pounds, Charlotte Garside is the world's smallest girl. She also has a condition like the others called primordial dwarfism, which was developed at the embryonic stage. When she was a baby, Charlotte was less than a foot tall and weighed less than 1.10 pounds. Can you imagine being so small? Despite her condition, Charlotte lives as normal of a life as possible. She even manages to ride a horse with the rest of her family. Now don't get her wrong, she might seem fragile, but she is a real fighter. At birth, doctors said she would live only a year. However, she resisted and grew up like she is now. GOT Armjay. If you're a fan of An American Horror Story, you'll immediately recognize this actress, who played the role of Ma Petite in the 4th season of the show. And no CGI or camera tricks were needed in order for her to appear so very short. The 26-year-old GOT Armjay is, in fact, the smallest living woman according to the Guinness Book of World Records, standing at just over 2.5 feet tall and weighing only 11 pounds, so pretty much the size of a 2-year-old child. GOT suffers from achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism which causes her short stature. The actress claims that there's more to her than just her unusual size and hopes to take on additional acting roles in the future. You might have seen her co-stars picking her up and coddling her on the show, but the truth is she doesn't really like to be treated like that in real life and is annoyed when people touch her without permission, so always ask first. I'm laughing because some people have no common sense. Dwarf family.
सिचुएशन जब बुरा लगता है जब वो लोगों ने हमको कुछ अगर कुछ गलत बात करते हैं तो तब हमको मन को दुखता है बस.
In the city of Hyderabad, India, lives 55-year-old Ram Raj Singh Chauhan and his large, unique family. And thank you for not asking me to pronounce all their names. I would completely butcher them. Most of his family members suffer from a genetic condition called achondroplasia, which causes short-limb dwarfism. Ram Raj currently lives with 11 family members, 9 of whom have the condition. At one point, they had 21 people in the family, 18 of which were dwarfs. The family is constantly teased about their height. On top of that, Ram Raj and his family also struggle to walk properly, not to mention the fact that they're having a hard time getting jobs. Ram Raj earns what he can for his family, helping out at a relative's grocery store. Sometimes he works as a wedding greeter, which basically means standing at the entrance of weddings, dressed up in elaborate costumes and greeting arriving guests. Which one of these people did you find the most amazing? Let me know in the comments below and I'll handpick and feature your comment in the next video, so look out for your comment. And now it's time for a featured comment from one of our previous episodes. This one's from the Most Unusual Special Forces in the World episode. Caden Hebert says, "Love your vids, keep up the good work, and I never forget a shout out from any YouTuber. Can I have a shout out for the first time, please?" Well, there's a first time for everything, Caden, and I appreciate your comment. I really do. Thanks for the kind words. You are awesome, Caden Hebert. That's what I said, Caden Hebert. Caden Hebert, Caden, you are awesome, Caden. I am not a rapper.